evening, adults, and welcome to Colonel Mastodon Presents Game Night, episode 12. That's right, we made it 12. 12 episodes. Yeah, it's amazing. I can't believe I did it 12 days in a row. I'd like to, before we start anything, I'd like to give a shout out to Reginald Parker on his birthday today. Yeah, birthday.
That man is old.
Yes. I'm your host tonight, Dan Farley. You can find me at JerseyDan18 on Twitter or at DanFarley18 on Instagram. But with me tonight, our esteemed guests. Can you please give a warm welcome to Kevin Hall, everybody? Woo, Kevin, where can they find you?
I deleted my Instagram. You can find me on Twitter at TheHallway1, and that's pretty much it.
Oh. See, sometimes when you tweet, I think you're Scott Hall, and I'm like, oh, no, that's Kevin.
No, it's not me.
And from the Two Girls Watch TV podcast, please welcome Stina Moss, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, how are you? Where can they find you, Stina?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Classic Stina, and you can follow our podcast on Instagram at Two Girls Watch TV, and our YouTube channel is Two Girls Drink Beer. Yeah, Two Girls Drink Beer. Woo! My kind of gals. Oh, so how you guys doing? What have you guys been up to?
I'm growing a beard. I'm gonna look like
beard. I just shaved mine off. I mean, I shaved it off a little bit ago, but
I'm trying to go for the look where, like, once this is over, I'm gonna look like the Unabomber when they found him in Montana.
That's the move.
What I'm going for.
That's the move. I agree.
Yeah,
that's what you should do.
I'm trying to adopt a dog. That's
really
exciting. Yeah, because there were a lot of shelters that couldn't take in any more pups because they can't do like foster events, so they're trying to do it like in small meetings. So
okay.
Judging by my Instagram, if I have pictures with a dog, it was successful. If there's pictures of me crying, it was not.
Oh.
So bonus, yeah, crying for dogs, good. So what did you guys actually do today? Anything?
I've been walking a lot because I can't go to the gym.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing like people I've never seen before in my life in my town. And like some of them like I've known throughout like just the history of my life. And they're like, "You live here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've been here for like 8 years." And, like, I just never knew that.
Of course.
So you look like so I haven't been drinking every day, which is good.
You have been or have
what?
Have not?
Have not.
Oh, have not.
Like I have beer for this because it's Reggie's birthday, but like I know so many people that are waking up hungover every day at like 2 p.m. and I was like, no, I still have to work. Like,
yeah, I've been working too, but I still like at that point, hungover doesn't even matter because who gives a shit? Like no one can see me. I don't have to. I'm sitting in my own little cell, and dude, I fell asleep today watching Infinity War.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god! So I fell asleep. I had the weirdest dreams. Like I was just hanging out with Thanos, and he was still trying to go about and do like get the stones and stuff like that. But
like you're on his couch hanging out.
Yes, but he would like he was driving around in a Honda Civic. Like that was the dream I had.
You're Thanos. You can afford a better ride.
I know. I don't understand why it was a Honda Civic, but it was. It was fucking weird, and I started adopting all of it into my dream. It was a weird time. What a time to be alive.
You know, have you been having weird dreams? Because it's been happening to me too.
I have been having super weird dreams. Yeah. And I worked and then I took a nap at like 2 and I woke up at like 4:30 and I was like, I really don't want to get out of bed right now. Like I could really stay asleep for a while. And I had to like force myself to get up and go to the store. Yeah.
I had one where like I got like a B- on a calc test and I was very concerned and upset. But like I have a master's in English and I haven't taken a math class since 2008, and I was just like, when am I ever going to be in calc ever again?
I had something so similar. Like I had some dream where I had to move to a different town or whatever, and like I had a bunch of people with me.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I had to go back to high school, and I was like,
it's
35 years old. I don't think it was a wacky couple days of dreams.
A few of the dreams I've been having are like certain things that legitimately happen during my day, and then other things that are like, well, this is like a thing that might happen every other day, maybe not an everyday occurrence, and it's hard for me to remember, was that in my dream or did that actually happen this afternoon?
Yes. I'll be doing that a lot with Yeah, I'll do the same thing a lot with my phone. Like I'll hear my phone like text myself, like someone texts me or something like that. I'll hear it, and in my dream, I answer the text, and then I'm like, did I do that? Did I? And I have to like wake up to check if I answered it or not. It's a pain in the ass. Okay, so then we're gonna get into the 10 questions. I'm letting you know this drop never works. Every single night, it doesn't work, and I don't know why.
Why do you stick with it?
Because it should work. It does what it does, but it like takes me 2 times to press it, and I don't know.
I don't believe you, man.
See, there it is. It comes in the middle.
And it doesn't change. It's the definition of insanity.
Yes. So it's 10 questions that I ask everybody, and I'm glad you guys are both here. What are you wearing, Kevin? Oh, just for a second.
My mom got me a hat from Iceland, and because I'm so unkempt, I feel like it fits the vibe. I don't know.
Oh no, because at the first angle you were on, it looked like just a very large yarmulke.
It's not. No, I'm not. Happy Passover,
brother.
I don't know. My dad converted to Judaism very late in his life, but then he said it was between either that or Buddhism. So I don't know if he just spun a wheel with like every major religion on it.
And like them in a hat and then pick one.
Yeah, just pick that. I don't know.
I go for Pan, the goat god. That's what I worship.
I like Alan Moore, the guy who wrote Watchmen, worships a snake god called Glykon. Perfect. And he full on admitted that it's a hoax, but he just likes believing in a snake god. So that guy's crazy.
Yeah, it's like that the reasonableness in Parks and Rec. They believe in a giant lizard with a volcano for a mouth. And if anyone argues with them, it sounds like they're arguing against reasoning. He's like, that's oddly brilliant. All right, question number 1. What are you legitimately bad at?
Comedy. No. Fuck you guys. I can't draw. I'm really bad at drawing.
Yeah.
Like in 7th grade art, I became like an art critic because I couldn't draw, but I could like talk about art. So I'd go with that. I can't. I still can't. It's awful.
See, that's interesting. Is the fact that you're still interested in it and it evokes an emotion in you, but you can't do it at all.
Oh yeah, I just can't stick figures and.
I guess that'd be like the same way of me following and rooting for a team in the NBA. Like I can't play it all, but I know a bad game when I see it.
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What about you, Stina?
I mean, I'm really not good at that either. But for the sake of switching things up, I only play one sport, so I'm really good at one sport, and I'm really bad at all the other ones.
What are you really good at?
I played volleyball for like a decade and a half, and it's been really fun. And I'm in an adult league. Well, I was in an adult league now I just play in the house, I guess, for funs. But I like soccer. I tried. Oh my God, it's awful. Like hand-eye coordination, fantastic. Foot-eye coordination, absolutely not.
Oh yeah, I've gotten better. Like as an adult at soccer, I'd say from like 15 till I don't know when I gave up, like 28. But I was better at that than I ever was in my life by far, and I was not good. But I could see you on the volleyball court. How high did you get to playing volleyball? Like what grade did you play in college or what?
I played in college, and now I play in an adult league. That's a little bit. It's more laxed. And then in the summer they do like a co-ed league where we play with guys. And the rules are a little bit different. Like there's almost like no rules because a lot of co-ed leagues, the men can't have their feet leave the ground. They have to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they have to hit, block, do everything. They can't even jump set. Everything has to be on the ground. But in this league, they have no cares about any of that. So like men are just, jumping as high as they possibly can and wailing. And I usually play in the back. So I'm just like taking bullets over and over again.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I like it.
I played it. Go ahead. Sorry.
I remember before I played volleyball, I played softball for like 7 years, and I was
softball.
A catcher. And I thought to myself, I could definitely be a goalie at soccer because I was a catcher at softball.
It's not the same.
No.
Frankly, the catcher is it's really the most uncomfortable position in the world. You're literally just sitting on just squatting for like 3 hours. It's the worst.
It's like once you get used to all of your muscles failing you, you're fine.
Yeah, always.
And
yeah,
then you just sit there.
Like I would do that in high school when I played. It would just be like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. You want me to be catcher? I'll be catcher. I'll play third base. I'll play left field. Anything but pitching. I'll do. But yeah, I play in a beer league, softball league now. It's so much fun because I'm especially with my brother. And I play with my younger brother, and me and him are by far the young guys on the team. So we're just like cranking them, like just knocking them out. It's so much fun. All right, question number 2. What are you surprisingly good at? Like the fact, like if Kevin was like, "Oh, I'm a beautiful soprano singer."
I don't know if this is surprising to anyone, but I have a vast vault of useless information.
Yeah, I do too.
I write quizzes. Well, I don't now because no bars exist, but I used to write quizzes for a trivia company, and just I used to churn out 4 or 5 quizzes a week at my peak, and I couldn't participate in the quizzes because I wrote them and it would be cheating.
Yeah.
But there was one category. It was people who changed their names, and they gave the person their modified name, and you had to figure out who originally had that name.
Yeah.
Or who changed it to. And the guy, he couldn't the one guy, he literally was about to have a panic attack because he couldn't remember who Meta World Peace used to be.
Ron Artest.
So literally the round ended and I took him outside. I was like, it was Ron Artest. And he was about to punch me in the face.
Ron Artest, who, by the way, go ahead.
And it was just the last round is random knowledge. And we've gotten complaints from the guy who runs it. And I had a beer with the guy who hired me. He's like, dude, nobody gives a shit and nobody knows what the capital of Indonesia is. And they're just well, it's trivial. It's supposed to be hard. I don't know what you want. So.
Because all the questions should be either you know it or you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I get the same thing of useless information. I don't know why I know the longest Oscar applause was for Charlie Chaplin and it was a 19-minute standing ovation. I don't know why I know that, but I do.
I think the shortest speech was Pesci when he was it's an honor, thank you very much. Fucking left.
Yeah, left. Yeah. What about you, Stina?
Surprising. I don't know if I don't feel like most people know that I do improv. I would say that I'm pretty good at that. That sounds terrible for me to say. I can hold a plank for 3 minutes, so maybe that's surprising.
Wow.
Really?
God damn.
Wow. 3-minute plank.
Mm-hmm.
That's
coming out of this ready for the Hunger Games.
That's what we're devolving to. So yeah,
yeah, it really is. Oh, you know what I found out the best time to go shopping is when it's raining. You really run into no one. No one goes out, and then you're just oh, 6 feet? Fuck your 6 feet. I'm going 50 now.
When the stores were doing early openings for seniors, my mom's 62, so she went, and she's still very active.
Yeah.
She was body checking 80-year-old grandmas from and shit. And I was just I don't know.
She's walking to the store no, that's my Clorox bleach. Oh, that's priceless. What smell do you secretly love?
Gas.
Yeah, I love gas. Gas is consistent.
I love
that was my first answer was gas. And then a lot of people said gas since.
Yeah, I think gas. I also like the smell of nail polish. Just because my mother was a beautician for most of my younger life. So when I would go, she used to work at JCPenney styling salon. So when I would go in and I would smell nail polish, it was oh, I'm gonna go see my mom at work. So it's a smell that's weird, but I like it because it reminds me of my mom.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. No, that's sometimes I get the same smell for the same reason of my grandmother for mothballs. Because I remember her closet just reeked of mothballs. So when I smell it now, I'm immediately hey, I feel like I'm in grandma's apartment.
Yeah.
What movie or movies have you walked out of?
The only movie I ever walked out of in my life was Balls of Fury.
Oh yeah, with Walken and the other guy,
Dan Fogler.
Fogler, yeah.
And I was 17, and you're still sort of immature growing up. I knew it was this is stupid. This is real. I walked out of that movie and I walked into a showing of Superbad and I just stayed there.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a lot better.
Well, I walked out of one movie. Oh, I remember what it was. It was Baby's Day Out. And I got a ticket but I knew what I was doing. Like I wasn't going in to see Baby's Day Out, but I left Baby's Day Out to see Wild Things with Denise.
Oh, yeah.
So I snuck into that. Yeah.
I was walked out of Grease when Grease came back to theaters because I was a kid. And so my mom wanted me to see Grease because we like musicals, even though it was a movie. And she forgot that in the beginning there's a sex scene. And she was like, hey, my child is like 10. Let me not. So we walked out of the theater, and the whole time we were looking at this thing of popcorn, and she was like striking up a conversation about the popcorn. And I didn't understand what was happening. And she's like, I just want to make sure. Yeah, there's enough in there. All right, let's go back inside. So we walked out, but then we walked back in, like with just enough time to not see what I wasn't supposed to see.
Yeah. I remember my dad doing the exact opposite of that. Like we were going to, I remember it was a Sunday afternoon and he was just like, yeah, so we're going to go see Die Hard, the new Die Hard movie. And I was like, yeah. And my mom was like, he's definitely not old enough to go see that. He just looked at me and my younger brother was like 6. And
was
I
it with
was probably
vengeance?
like, yeah, with a vengeance.
That is not appropriate.
Yeah, I know. And he just looked at me, both of us. He's like, don't repeat anything you see in this movie. Now let's go.
I feel like that. Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm not sitting through any crap in the movie theater. We're going to see Die Hard 3. What movie or movies do you hate that everyone loves?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
I have a story about this. You all, like most of you guys know that my brother's a monk and all the spiritual journey and all that bullshit. You know, like high school CYO is that like Christian youth group that everyone goes to. Yeah, we watched Napoleon Dynamite because God was everywhere in the movie, which was bullshit. It was just an excuse to show Napoleon Dynamite. But like this is why I'm a pantheist, which is basically I got stoned one time, read Walt Whitman, and I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. Anyway, the end of the movie's done. Like the main guy is asking, where did you guys see God in the movie? And one guy raises his hand and jokingly says, I saw God in the tots. And everyone starts laughing. He has no reason. And then me, being the precocious dipshit nerd I've always been in my life, I was like, actually, I did see God in the tots because Napoleon carried the tots with him and it made them happy. And like people carry God in their hearts and it makes them happy. Like, which isn't like I just made it up on the fly. It kind of makes sense, kind of stupid. And everyone's like kind of agreeing. The main guy is like, Kevin, that's retarded. And then just went on to the next question. I was like, no, like my interpretation of where I think God is can't be retarded because
it's my interpretation.
We can't all agree on a being that isn't like corporeal. I don't know. Like, fuck that movie. There's no plot. Like, I don't understand. Like, I just didn't understand it.
You can't say that you hate a movie because there's no plot, because then that would mean that you hate The Big Lebowski. And if you hate The Big Lebowski, we cannot be friends.
No, I love The Big Lebowski. It's not I have just a negative experience with it. And people were like, this is the funniest movie ever made. And I was like, you people don't know shit about anything. No.
Yeah, it annoyed me. It really annoyed me. I was like, oh, all of these people it's making me cringe. Like,
yeah, it was just.
What about you, Stina?
I remember as a kid, I hated High School Musical. I just could not get what all the fuss was about. Was not into it. Everybody was like obsessed with it, obsessed with the people in it, and I was like, I don't understand what you all see.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
Yeah, I completely missed the boat on that.
It just used to make me cringe.
I feel like I was too old for that, for High School Musical. I was like, I'm not. Like, I'm too busy smoking weed over here. Like,
how long ago did it come? It had to come out.
It was like 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I still have been too old.
10.
Zac Efron was still doing drugs, baby.
You made me think of something, Kevin, when you said the tots. Like, this is the most sexist thing I think I've ever said in my life. But I was in high school, and my watch is breaking. Shit. We read some sonnet, and I went to an all boys Catholic high school, so it was.
So did I.
Yeah.
Wait, which one did you go to?
St. Joe's.
Where is St. Joe's?
In Metuchen.
Metuchen.
That's where like all the basketball stars come out of.
We had rival swim teams, Dan.
Yeah, you definitely did. We had rival basketball teams too.
I think wrestling too, maybe. Did you guys
We
ever
we didn't have wrestling. We had
okay, that was I don't know.
I think we have wrestling now, but I didn't.
I think
when I was
Dan, you were an English major too, right?
Yes, I was a lit major.
Okay,
English
so we're all
majors,
English majors, and we all went to single sex high schools.
Yes,
I remember Dan and I were hammered at Old Bay after a show Express, and Dan out of nowhere, like this was like the first non-comedy, non-drinkaholic session I've ever had with Dan, and he pulls out, I was like, "What's the most important book you think of the English language?" I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
He asked me that question too outside of 10th Street.
I know. Yes, because
your answer still Hamlet?
Yeah, my answer was Hamlet.
Okay, all right.
Because he's the first person to look to himself to solve a problem and not God, and he fails. But we were reading some sonnet or something like that, and I kind of wasn't paying attention. And there was and my teacher was like very dry. He was pretty damn funny, but he was very dry. And he had this. There was one line about seeing the sunset in a woman's eyes or something like that. And he's like, "Mr. Farley," and he would always say stuff like, "which is Mr. Yarnarf backwards" or some shit like that. And I was like, he's like, "What do you think about that sentence?" I was like, "I don't think much of it at all." And he's like, "Oh, why not?" He's like, "Because girls don't have eyes in their tits." And then he never called on me for the rest of the year, which is fine.
That's not the most sexist thing you've ever said.
Yeah, probably that's up there. But
Sonnet 132.
What?
Was it this one? And truly not the morning sun of heaven becomes the gray cheeks of the east.
Yeah, or something like that.
Nor that full star that ushers in the fucking Shakespeare was high.
Yeah, he was high. Spoke that opium.
He created words, and people were just okay. I guess that's a word now. Everyone was high.
Yeah, everyone. What music do you listen to that would surprise people? Like I have an extensive collection of Broadway musicals that you'd be like, really? You listen to Broadway?
It would be surprising to anyone who's seen me like teach an English class, but I fucking love Run the Jewels a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and like I've seen them live, and I was supposed to go to the show where Nas showed up, but I had a commitment and I couldn't make it. And like the first time I listened to Run the Jewels 3, I was just like, I want to go outside and fight everybody. Like it's just like very pumped, motivational, like just like Killer Mike is a full-on like socialist. Like he loves Bernie. He had his own Netflix show where he literally like only ate or smoked weed from like black-owned businesses. So
yeah, I remember. He's
with the shits. Like he really is like down for whatever. But like it's just like whenever I'm like, because like I've been going through it as people, like I'm in therapy, I'm like going through everything, but like when I'm really down, I need like motivation. I'll just put Run the Jewels on. I was like, I can fucking like fight God right now. Like, so I would go with that.
Just run out.
I listen to like a lot of. I don't know if this surprises people because it doesn't really surprise me. But when I tell people, they're like, "Oh, I didn't peg you as that." I listen to like a lot of like hipster. I don't even know if that's still a word anymore. Like hipster-esque. Like I have a playlist that I follow on Pandora that's called Hipster Barbecue. Like I listen to like that kind of stuff.
That sounds like a party.
People don't necessarily think that of me.
Hipster Barbecue.
Yeah.
Like what are some artists on that though?
Yeah.
Oh, Vampire Weekend is like every other song, and I love it. They're like my favorite band. What else is on there? Oh my god, the Fits and the Tantrums is on there.
Okay. Like
just bands that like you're like, oh, I think I might have heard of them, maybe, and then it's just like song after song after song.
I think now that I'm saying it for the first time, I love John Denver. John Denver.
John Denver is the shit, man.
Dude, speaking of the shit, man, I was at the airport going to take off when I was in the bathroom on the can when they made the announcement that it was the soft radio, and they announced 10 minutes before I got on the plane that John Denver crashed in a plane crash.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, great. That's
my only cool airplane story is when I studied in England. I took Virgin Atlantic, and at like 10 minutes before we landed, Richard Branson got on the cockpit phone and was like, "Hey, this is Richard Branson. I own this airline. What's happening?" And I was just like, "Why the fuck are you flying?"
Reggie Parker in the house.
Hey,
Yeah.
Happy
Happy
birthday!
birthday!
Mr. Branson.
How you doing? Happy birthday! With the
Virgin
weight
Galactic
shirt.
Richard Branson?
What?
Richard Branson.
Virgin Galactic Richard Branson's?
Atlantic, not galactic. You.
Well,
No,
drunk
he
asshole.
did Galactic too, bro.
He's making the galactic
He
thing.
sends people to space.
He's trying to
That's Tesla first. He's in development with that.
No,
Nah, please. You can buy that shit on the stock market. That shit's
yeah,
real.
no. Reggie's
Stock market's not real.
Yeah,
It is real, goddammit. That's what he told the investors.
I have. Whenever people talk about the stock market, I just in like a group chat, I'll just post the Patrick Star I have $3 meme because like I don't fucking know anything to do with that.
What bothers me about the stock market is when people talk about the stock market, but then like shun me for like gambling. I'm like, what do you think you're doing, bro? Like, it's the same
High
thing.
tech gambling.
Someone I read something on Twitter the other day that was very true. It is a government-sponsored Ponzi scheme.
Oh yeah,
And so it's like, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
yeah. Like my dad, I was talking to my dad, and he couldn't grasp the concept of Bitcoin. He's like, yeah, but it doesn't exist. I was like, well, technically, your stock doesn't exist.
Technically,
like,
your stock
buying, quote, a number of.
There's always one. There's always one when you talk about stocks. Somebody goes, "Oh, you might as well invest in cryptocurrency. The dollar's going to go extinct soon."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, but like even the US dollar is no longer backed by anything of value.
Yeah, it's literally just a made up number now.
Yeah, yeah.
So how old do you turn today, Reggie?
Oh, I turned 32.
32. Magic Johnson, baby, without the age.
Yeah.
I don't want to steal. I turned 30 on Saturday.
Oh,
so,
yeah, you just turned 30. Happy belated.
We're allowed outside. We're going to get drunk at Reggie's house.
That's right.
The last time I was there, I passed out in his wife's meditation room. And then Reggie and I went to Hub City to watch the Premier League. And at one point, he just looks at me and I was like, if I get a margarita, will you have a margarita? I was like, yeah, man, of course.
Yeah. We drank margaritas and we talked to a guy that
was so fun, dude.
Yeah, that was
this is a Republican district, like
some guy from fucking Rhode Island.
Yeah, like
he was a Republican. He thought we were gonna like beat the shit out of him. I was like, dude, I don't
want to tell you what I am. He's like, I'm a Republican. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Who cares what people believe in? And you like to drink.
This guy was like a poli-sci PhD, teaches at URI.
Look, as long as you're not stopping somebody from getting a smortion, I'm not gonna fucking tell you what to do.
Exactly. I think Kevin froze on us.
Kevin's frozen on my screen.
Yeah, in the worst possible pose ever.
Hey, Stina, what's up, Stina? It's been a long time since
you. Long time no see.
Yeah.
Happy birthday again.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I popped into that for a minute. I saw you.
Do I feel older and wiser? Somewhat. In some ways, yes. In some ways, not. You know, like I still haven't learned my lesson about drinking profusely. So maybe tonight will be the night I learn.
Oh, this is to put it in a coffee mug.
Kevin's back.
Two girls.
Because I do have coffee in here, but I also have a chocolate mint cream liqueur.
Oh shit!
See, there you go. Yeah, you froze on us, Kevin. Sorry.
I
should be Wi-Fi.
Glass full of gin.
Ooh, is that like a Moscow Mule glass, or is that just a disco ball that you cracked open?
It's a disco ball. Well, disco ball themed cup.
Love it.
Gin is the one thing I can't drink anymore. I can't do gin.
Stina, if we have a joint birthday party, will you come? Because his house is dope.
Yeah, my birthday's coming up too, so we could have like a group one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you an Aries too?
No, I'm a Taurus. Come on.
Ooh, astrology isn't real.
Well, by the way, this is going. We're gonna all have a birthday party together and mine's in September. So.
Yeah, I mean,
I
think everyone's gonna be having a birthday at the same time in the same place.
Yeah, this is just a year. We're gonna have one party for everyone that year. This year that's going down.
Yeah.
That party is gonna be like. Do you remember the scene in Matrix Revolutions where they have that like underground party?
Oh, the sweat underground party.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that.
Yeah, well, pretty much every time I party at Reggie's house, it becomes that. So yeah, it's true. For that McGregor fight, you remember we were just doing shots on each other. You were there, Kev.
I was there, and every time I went to the kitchen, it was either Chaz with his dip that he brought, or someone just had multiple blunts, and I'm like, okay.
It was a party, man. I think that's the last time I saw you.
Probably.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, by the way, speaking of that McGregor fight, when I got that Clan McGregor whiskey, I found a deal and a steal on like a case of Clan McGregor whiskey. It's like $100.
that whiskey is not good.
It's not bad.
It's not great, but it's not terrible. You know, it's Clan McGregor.
It's range, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
Just
I
like
call it Ewan McGregor whiskey.
Ewan McGregor. All right.
The Jedi Council.
Okay, next question. What's something that you eat, you love it, but you know deep down it's gross?
Oh my god. Oh, okay.
Almond butter count because that shit looks disgusting.
What is it?
What?
Does almond butter count because that looks disgusting?
That counts.
Almond butter.
Yeah, that counts.
It counts.
Okay.
There's a pizza spot in
If you ever
Roselle
go to
Park.
Whole Foods, you can get it like right from the machine,
Yeah.
and they like squeeze it out of the machine, and it is like the most disgusting thing. I can't look at it. I have to have my mom do it, and then like when it's done, I pick it up, I take my belongings and go. I can't look at it. It looks like shit.
It does.
You know what? Those speaking of a machine like that, those gas station milkshakes you can get.
Oh, I love that. I love them too.
Real-
That's up there on my list. I was thinking about that the other night when we were talking about Wawa and stuff. And you get those milkshake machine that comes in like literally a cup with foil on top. It should be gross, but I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. What about you, Kevin?
There's a pizza spot near me that specializes in like disgusting but really good pizza. And because we're good Catholics, or we try to be, about 3 weeks ago we got a shrimp scampi pie.
Fuck you.
And it was unbelievable. But like on paper, that doesn't make sense. But it was really good. It's Joe's
Wait, I feel
Rotisseria.
like it's the same place that we order from at Kane, because I've had that from a place nearby, and it's really
Is it in
good.
Roselle Park?
Yeah.
Joe's Rotisseria. I know the owner. His
Oh,
mom, my mom he was a student my mom had.
is
He's
it
opening a
Big
new
Joe?
spot in Asbury. And
Is it Big
he's
Joe?
gonna make 1,000 million. It's so good. But like you see the scampi on the pie, and I'm like, this is disgusting. But then
Yeah.
you eat it, and I'm like, oh, this is really good. Okay.
There's a spot in the city. It's like
Shout out to Joe's Rotisseria. Go there. When I don't know if they're open. Whatever.
it's around like kind of like East Soho. But it was it's some spot that specializes in pastrami pizza.
Okay.
Sounds disgusting. It's delicious. It's so good. I gotta ask my friend Drew what the place is. He would know, but I can't remember. But okay, what's an activity do you do that you secretly love doing? Like Mike Holland was on here and he was saying that his one thing he does, like when he walks down the street, he's directing his own movie. And he's doing it, but no one knows he's doing it.
Okay. I like to go on Ask Reddit and just one of my favorite subreddits is truck driver stories, because there are these people that are just, you find out about like lot lizards, which are like truck driving prostitutes.
Yeah.
But then like my favorite story, they're not even paranormal, because like I believe in aliens. I think they're real. They just don't want to hang out with us because we're boring. But like you have these stories about guys who've been driving on like hopped up on meds for like 20 hours. And then they see like a light in the sky and they automatically assume it's a UFO, or it's probably just a comet, but like the guy's like senses are all fucked up. So like it's just a heightened experience for him. So like I would say like Reddit trucker stories, just perusing through them would be mine.
I do that with the casual encounters on Craigslist.
Oh, do you remember that? Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
And sometimes
People were up in arms when they got rid of that.
Yeah. No, I think the misconnections still exist. Yeah.
Didn't St. John was on that
What was
one,
the movie?
right?
Horrible Bosses.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you guys see Horrible Bosses?
Yeah.
In the
I
movie,
did, yeah.
we are men looking for a man.
Yeah.
When they find him, and then he just wants to pee on them.
Yeah. He's like, we gotta do this now. I drank three 2-liter bottles of water in the car. So
That's immediately what I thought of.
what about you, Stina? What do you do?
Rooster spin.
I have a tendency to waste so much time, and I love doing it. Do like mindless activities. Like I'll go online and I will
I'll be right
say,
back.
if I wanted to like redesign my entire home or this entire room. I'll spend countless hours price pointing different, like if I were to buy a coffee table at Walmart versus Wayfair versus Amazon.
What?
I hate that I do it because I spend so much time doing it, and I know that it's like none of these things are ever going to happen, but it's like just in case I hit the lottery, let me spend all of this time like
That's just good business, though. I think.
redesigning. I'm so much fun doing it, but it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, I do like index
How does that
too. Like if you look at my iTunes, it is meticulously correct. Like, it's like if I feel like a failure if the album art isn't on there and the tracks aren't all in a row, and then I have the year it came out, and like
like as like a guy, like I kind of just know what I'm looking for, and like I'll work around the store. So even if there's something that like if it would take longer and be better, I would just rather like get it all done in that one trip. It's like, this isn't exactly what I wanted, but fuck it. Good enough. Like if I'm in the store for more than 20 minutes, there's a problem.
Oh, my friends call me the coupon keeper because I go around looking for the deals.
Those people are fascinating, though. The like those serious couponers, like when they go into a store, they come out with like literally like a cart full of shit, and then they leave with like $2 more than they came in with.
Right.
Like I'm like, you guys.
Yeah, that happened once. I think at Kohl's. That happened once at Kohl's.
I had an ex that worked at a
dress, and they ended up paying me $12 for it in credit.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous. Like my ex, she would do like, listen, I'll get it down to nothing for you, but I'm not giving you. She worked at like a ShopRite. There was this one woman who was one of those people. She's like, we can't give you money, like, but I can get it down to nothing for you. And she was like, deal, that's fine. Okay, so what's the weirdest thing you've done during quarantine?
Bring it over.
I beat Pokemon Ruby.
Really?
Ooh, a classic. A motherfucking classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat Mega Man, so
I needed the walkthrough. Like I haven't played it in 10 years. I didn't know what I was doing.
I was telling Dan and other people throughout the week that like I got into competitive Pokemon during the quarantine. Like I'm like building a team right now. But the other weird thing that I've done is a Zoom video conference with like 15 people for my birthday.
Yeah.
That's a weird.
I was there.
Yeah, I stopped on briefly myself.
Was your aunt there? The one I hoisted? Was she there?
She was. The hoisted aunt was there.
Hoisted Ant, new band name. I called it.
Okay. Reggie got married in September, and Farley and I drank gin and wait. What
No,
were
we
we drinking?
whiskey. We were drinking Seagram's.
We're drinking whiskey and diets in his hotel room.
Yeah.
We're already like good when we get there. Literally like 3 songs into the reception, Reggie's aunt comes up to me and goes, "I want you to lift me in the air." And I'm like, "What the? I don't know who you are." But I did it. So ask Reggie and ask Gordon. I am really fun at weddings. I love weddings so much.
He also caught the garter.
Yeah.
That was a team.
How's that working out?
Stina, you should have been there. I think the girl that caught the bouquet's direct quote was like, "I think you might have touched my labia."
That's not my goal was, but
no,
squad goal, baby. Squad goal.
I think she was exaggerating.
I remember the next morning I drove Gordon and Dan to the train station.
Oh yeah, you drove me to Trent.
I don't know what song was playing, but Dan kept like punching the shit out of my car.
I was rocking out with you guys.
And stop. And Gordon's like, "I have a show in DC. Come feature for me." And I was like, "I'm hungover and I want to die. I'm going home." Like,
and then I went train to brunch.
Yeah, Gordon was trying to gaslight me. He's like, "You're not that hungover," and I was like, "You're not the emperor of my body. Stop."
Yeah. What about you, Stina? What's the weirdest thing you've done?
I made yeast.
Wait.
Every
Where did you make yeast?
Yeah, correct.
In a mason jar. And I tried to make bread with it, but then I didn't proof the bread enough because I've been watching the Great British Baking Show. And they were like, "This is how you do things correctly." And I was like, "Well, I'm American, so let me see how I can screw it up." And that's basically what happened.
I'm finding that people are either like making their own bread or starting an OnlyFans account.
My mom has made banana bread 5 times.
Let me tell you, I'm so sick and tired of seeing everybody's perfect loaves of bread. Do you know what my bread made? Crackers. So I am like, we celebrated Passover early because my bread was unleavened. I am furious.
Are you Jewish?
No, this is very upsetting because every time I try again, I scroll through Instagram and another person's like, look at this sourdough.
That's probably not
Like,
their
just
first
one,
attempt.
Just
though.
one.
No, it's
What?
the first attempt.
No.
No, he's right. They're like they're using stunt bread. They're fucking they're cheating.
Stunt bread.
It's like when
you flip it over, it has a hole in it. It's a squeak toy.
It's like us going to the moon. That shit didn't happen.
It's like when you look at when you see the behind the scenes of like a McDonald's commercial and they're like spray painting the Big Mac.
Thanks, guys. That makes me feel.
You're welcome. It's not you. It's them. I've been watching a lot of those, like the one show, which is one of the most boring shows I've ever seen on Netflix, is Meat Eater, where it's like the guy hunts and makes something of the kill. He kills, and sometimes he doesn't kill anything, and it's him walking for 45 minutes. Like, and it's like, oh, there's a deer. Oh, I missed him. Anyway, didn't get into this episode.
We started putting on Little House on the Prairie.
What?
And that is, I've never realized how fucking boring that show is.
Oh, yeah.
It just exists in the background. It's like, what's Michael Landon getting up to now? And I was like, I don't care. Like, everyone is blind. There's like, it's hard because technology doesn't exist yet. There's a deaf kid. I was like, I don't care.
The only part,
get the fuck out of here.
I mean, like the thing that stood the test of time was them saying good night at the fucking end. So like,
that's the wall ends.
Oh, okay. Well, close enough, bro.
I'll tell you what holds up though, that Andy Griffith. Oh my god.
Yeah. Great show.
What's going on here?
There's a few ostriches.
Every time I think of Andy Griffith,
ostriches.
Every time I think of Andy Griffith, I think of the Simpsons episode where where they're watching Andy Griffith with guest starring Charles Bronson. He's like, "Hey, where's Jimmy in the jail cell? I shot him." He's like, now I'm going down
Don
to
Knotts is so weird.
to fix Emmett.
Don Knotts is amazing because he always sounds like he has peanut butter on the roof of his mouth.
Yeah,
but he's also having a stroke at the same time.
He's also one of those Don Knotts, but also what's his name?
Very subtle.
Super subtle.
He also sounds like when I listen to him, I'm like,
Hey, I think that was Kevin.
Yeah, it was Kevin. Hi, Pri. I didn't know you were right there.
Hey, Dan.
Pri's awesome.
Pri is one of the last people I saw in real life. So
for legal reasons, Pri's off screen.
I was going to say legal reasons.
Hello, I'm Stina. It's nice to meet you.
Pri is great.
For legal reasons, I can't show you what I'm doing right now.
I understand.
Will the ACLU like fire you? Is that why?
No. It's probably for my Board of Ed run.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
If you could have one person from history on Twitter, who would it be?
Mitch Hedberg would
That's
be
a good answer.
of Twitter.
That's a good answer.
Like, it comes up all the time. He would be so good at it.
Yeah.
He would join Twitter when it came out and just destroy it completely. Like,
he's the greatest Twitter comic of all time.
Oh yeah, my God, he was made for it. It's so annoying that he loved cocaine.
Everyone who jokes should be fit on a tweet. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Warren Zevon, because it's the same guy.
Yeah. What'd you say, Stina?
Anybody from history?
Anybody from history.
Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln.
Popular one.
So someone brought it up last night. I was like, I feel like he dropped more N-bombs than you think.
Did Reggie say Warren Zevon, or am I just buzzed?
Yeah, he said Warren Zevon.
Yeah,
I fucking love Warren Zevon.
I love Warren Zevon too. He's great.
Yeah. They never have Excitable Boy at karaoke. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really typically don't have a good Zevon collection.
They only have Werewolves of London, and his discography is so much more than that.
He's got a great disc.
That's the one song you put me on to, Reggie, was Lawyers, Guns, and Money. That's a
Knowing the Henry Thompson Gunner is dope. And
Yeah.
it has
Who was the comic? Was it Hedberg? I think that was like Hedberg's like walkout song. I think, or some comic used Lawyers, Guns, and Money as their like walkout
I know
song.
you did at the Forum Theater.
Yeah,
At the floor.
yeah.
Uh,
The Forum Theater.
I don't know.
Yeah, were you in that show?
I was saying, you know, like I think I'd rather have John Wilkes Booth more than I would want Abe Lincoln, because that'd be
I
whack.
agree.
Can I pick someone who I would never want on Twitter?
Sure.
Sure.
Ernest Hemingway. I can't stand him.
Oh, people brought him up.
I cannot stand him. I'm the only English major that can't stand
Honestly,
Hemingway.
I would like Hemingway on
I love
Twitter
Hemingway.
because they would just be pictures of cats with 6 toes.
He
Yeah.
can't tweet.
That would
He
be
won't
dope.
be able to make the requirements. He writes
Well, but at least every tweet would end with.
dot, dot, dot.
You know what would be hilarious on Twitter? Cormac McCarthy.
Oh yeah, it'd be good.
This tweet means nothing in the void.
You know what? I know this is against the rules, but I would love if Darth Vader was on Twitter. like, oh, does any good Netflix recommendations? Hashtag quarantine in space. That was the 10, everybody. We did it. Yeah, we did it. Yay. I would so now we're gonna get into the interrogation game. It's just interrogation. We're each gonna say something about ourselves, and then we're gonna all just have 2 minutes to figure out if that person's lying or not. So here comes the music, here comes the drop for interrogation.
I didn't get the fries because with the rest.
Interrogation.
All right, interrogation game. I'll go first. So you guys will see how it goes. When I was a kid, I went fishing once, and when I cast back, my fishing hook went right through a kid's hand.
Oof.
See, initially, if I
minutes
didn't
on the
know
clock
down,
for you. Give me 1 second. I just gotta unlock my phone. Go.
if I didn't know Dan at all, I wouldn't say that's believable. But I feel like that's in. Hi, Mom. That's. In... Oh, I'm sorry. That's in line with everything of you as a person.
Okay.
Are we supposed to ask you questions to like try? Can I get more information out of you?
Yes, you can get more information out of me.
What kind of hook was it?
It was just a normal basic hook. It was like that you'd get at Champs Sporting Goods.
And did it have bait on it?
Yes.
What kind of bait?
It was like a fly that they supplied me with.
Did the bait fall off when it went through the kid's hand?
It actually got lodged in the hand.
How did you know it hit the kid's hand?
He started screaming, and I pulled on it.
Nobody else has questions?
No, I was distracted. Yeah, was the kid black?
No, he was white. Actually, he was a twin.
I was a twin.
He was a twin.
Then I think I know what kid it was. Was that kid high at the time, or how
No,
young?
he wasn't. We were too young.
Too young. Okay.
Yeah, we were too young.
How
All right.
old was the kid?
We were both about 10 years old.
Was he fishing with you?
No.
Was it during spring?
No. Yeah, it was during spring.
I don't
So
know
you
that.
were just both happened to be in the same place, and
No. Yeah, he was walking behind me, and
how
he
far
walked
was
too
how
close
far
to
behind
it.
you was he walking?
He was probably about 10 feet behind me.
Fly fishing?
No, it was just normal fishing.
Yeah.
It's fishing on a lake.
You're only 10.
Yeah. Got
So you
10
were fishing
seconds.
on the beach
No, I was on the lake. On a lake.
in a boat
No,
on land.
on land. It's your time up. Take your guesses.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's true. I think he was hanging out one of those Mirabellis and he hooked one of them.
I'm gonna say yes, and if I'm wrong, you're a sociopath.
It's false. It's not true. It
You're a
happened.
sociopath.
It happened, but it wasn't me who did it. I was just around the area at the time. I watched it happen. But like
and you
we
did
went,
nothing.
yeah, I didn't do anything. I was like, oh shit. But what it was, we go in my town, the 5th grade, one of their big their big events that they do as a with the field trips that they do. It's called the 5th grade camping trip, where they go away for 3 days and you go to a camp and you do camp shit. And they were doing fishing things, and this one kid walked past. It's actually where they filmed Friday the 13th. It's where we went to camp, and then that's when it happened.
Okay, that was
and I watched the whole
because
thing happen,
you
but
had
I
all
didn't
the
actually do it.
details.
Yes, so I knew all the details. I know who the kid was. I actually don't remember who actually cast it though.
Okay.
All right. Well, Reggie, you want to go next?
No, but
Okay, you guys get the feel of the game though.
yeah.
Okay, so what you got? Kevin, you want to go next?
No,
Yeah, I'll go next.
Okay.
I met Pele when I was 10, and I have a signed soccer ball from him.
From Pele?
Yes.
Where'd you meet him?
At what became my high school.
So you went to an event there that Pele was at?
It was like a soccer camp, and he was making an appearance. Yeah.
Did you know how big of a deal he was?
10. From like the uterus, I knew how big of a deal he was.
Was he nice?
He was very nice.
Yeah. I know it's hard to judge since you were a kid, but how tall was he?
I would say like 5'7".
Okay. Where is the ball?
In my house.
Where do you have it like prominently put up somewhere, or is it like in a
It's
closet?
not prominent, but if I pointed it out, you would be able to see it.
What color is it?
White.
Of course, it's
All white?
With,
Right.
I think, most primarily white.
What kind of soccer ball is it?
Adidas.
What was one thing he said to you on that day that stands out to you that you remember?
He
as
said I was
close to verbatim?
insane. He said I was insane because I told him I was a goalie, and he said I could never be a goalie. And that fucking blew my mind.
I don't know. I don't know if I have any more questions.
Did you have to wait in line?
I waited in line for 45 minutes. And like 2 adults were cutting me the entire time.
Well, peace.
Which I get, but like, I'm a kid. Fuck you. So.
Yeah. What are they going to do with it? Except sell it, maybe. I don't know. We still got 10 seconds. So.
What was the weather like?
Cloudy.
Was he black?
Yeah.
How was he dressed? How was he dressed?
He was business casual. Like, he had like a nice shirt on, but no tie or anything like that.
Okay. I'm going to say it's true.
Me too.
Reggie?
All right. I was born in Tampa, Florida.
No. You got to guess like Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. Yeah, sorry, I've been drinking birthday juice. Kevin, some of this is true, but some of it is also false. So this is not true.
Now we'll never know. He
I
left.
think he's going to get the soccer
No,
ball
hold
to
on.
prove that it's true.
It doesn't matter if he's getting a soccer ball.
So this is the
Right.
ball. If you look closely, you can see Pele right there.
Yeah.
And that is all true.
Yeah.
I don't remember if he said I was crazy for being a goalie, but I feel like that's accurate. But he was really nice. Just like I've been playing soccer since I was 4. Like Stina plays in a league for volleyball. I played in a league in Brooklyn. And like you hear all these like mythic stories about him, and he just shook my hand. I was like, I think I called him Mr. Pele, like a nerd. And he was just like, please just call me Pele. I never say that, but he was a really nice guy. I have a Tim Howard. You guys remember Tim Howard?
Mm-hmm.
He fucking plays in like a Memphis, the USL league.
Yeah, he's from
I met him when he was on the Metro Stars 1,000 years ago. So those are like the 2 main things I have
That's cool.
that I think like
Nice.
if I keep them, they'll definitely like when Pele dies, I can probably sell that for like 6 figures most likely.
Yeah.
So, but I'm never gonna sell it. So
Yeah, I never would either.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just. Oh, he's going to put the ball back. So.
Yeah.
So regicide. What's your story?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, get sexy, Kev.
Let's keep
Ready
it.
for a sleepover.
Let's keep it in the soccer theme. When I played rugby, my nickname was Colby Jones.
Okay, why Colby Jones?
See, for the soccer nerd, I had dreadlocks and I was black.
Kobe Jones was on the national team in the mid to early 90s into the 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably didn't give you a lot of space for questions, but just have fun with it, I guess.
Who was the first person who said it?
It was my buddy. I think his nickname was Tater or something like that. Yeah. Everyone had nicknames. There was a guy named Meat, who's like a big, like basically meathead. Tater,
Okay.
String Bean. Everyone had names based on what they look like.
When did you start playing rugby?
Fuck. In high school, so my Welsh finance teacher, Daffyd Evans, me and a bunch of guys were like, hey, we want to play rugby. He was like, all right, I'll coach it. He coached soccer sometimes, but then he helped to start a club rugby team, which is still in my school to this day.
All right. Do they still call you? Do they still call you Colby Jones?
Not at all.
When did it start?
What year did you get the nickname in?
Probably like around 2012, maybe.
Okay.
When did they stop calling?
No, that's
you
not true. Sorry.
by your name?
That can't be true because of when I graduated. Like around 2008. Sorry.
Okay.
15 seconds. When they would call out you on a field, like, hey, like here comes the ball or whatever, or block that guy, would they call you Colby?
Not at all.
No. So it's just like a locker room nickname.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I've never had a good nickname.
I think I just came up with one with regicide. I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I'm conflicted on this one because Kobe Jones retired in 07 on the Galaxy, and you said this started in 08. So he would have been in the zeitgeist for a year, maybe, in the collective consciousness. But I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no, too, just because I've met these guys.
I don't know.
We lost Kevin again.
What
No,
happened?
you just flip a coin, true or false.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say true.
All right. This one is true. So basically, I had dreadlocks in my junior and senior year of college, and someone started calling me Kobe Jones, and like it didn't really take. Like I've never had a nickname that took my entire life. Like I've always wanted one though, and you can't make your own nickname, so I just like keep that secret to myself.
About all the nicknames you have?
I have no nicknames.
Apparently,
then,
like,
like, oh, Kevin, it was true. They did call me Kobe Jones.
yes.
But it's true. They've never
met these guys
during a game. Like
We
never
partied
once during a
together.
game.
And I never heard that story. That's why.
Yeah. Because I
That
never
makes me
took it, but Kevin's here and he's talking soccer.
I'm going to get you a Kobe Jones jersey for your birthday.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
All right, Stina, your turn.
Ready?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I went to an amusement park and my mom fell out of a virtual reality ride.
Ooh. Was it in Florida?
Yes,
Because for some reason I think it's a Spider-Man ride at Universal Studios.
it was not.
Did she sustain serious injuries?
No.
Do you remember what the ride was?
Yes. I think
What
so.
What ride was it?
It was uh, you were in a boat and you had to row it, and
Oh,
there was
at
a
the
big
Disney
screen
Quest
in front
thing?
of you.
At
It
the
was at
Disney
Disney
Quest thing?
Quest.
Yeah. Sad that I knew
What
that.
seat was she in?
She was in the back left.
Like, was she on the end though?
Yeah, there's only like
Yeah.
I think like maybe room for 4 people, so she was in the back left.
Was there an option for a safety belt?
Kind of. Yeah.
She didn't rock it.
No, not in time. She couldn't figure it out in time.
What'd you do?
I had no idea what was happening. She was behind me.
So you just
How
kept on
old were
living
you
your
at the
mother
time?
be thrown overboard.
I didn't know she was getting thrown overboard, but she did. And I think I was like maybe 13 or 12
Yeah.
at
What
the time.
what bullshit discount or like thing did they give her to keep her quiet?
Nothing.
Wow.
Trey, did you just sneeze?
She did.
What?
Okay.
See, nowadays they just do fast pass for like half an hour.
So I think this was before Fast Pass.
It was. That's why I didn't even ask about
Yeah.
fast pass. Mm-hmm.
Because Disney Quest wasn't really open with that. Sadly, I know that. So you just finished the ride. Did she get back on, or she have to sit it out after that?
She got back. She got thrown back in the ride.
Clearly, she got thrown back in.
So part of her was still in the ride, but most of her was thrown out, and then she got thrown back in.
Oh wow. That's fucked
Okay.
up.
I'll go first on this. I'll just say this is true.
You know, I'm usually a cynic when it comes to this stuff, but enough of this is true that I'll still say true. Yeah.
I'm gonna say false because I like disagreeing.
It's all true.
All true. Oh, see, once you said the rowing game, the virtual reality, I was like, was this Disney Quest? You're like, yeah, Disney Quest. I was like, oh, I remember.
So it was like a virtual reality building, and we were waiting in line for like 45 minutes, and it was me and my friend and my mom, and we weren't really paying attention to how the ride worked. We were just like really excited to go on, and I like was super excited that I ran to the boat, tripped over the back of it, and my head went right into the screen. So like foreshadowing that this was going to be a total shit show. And then there's like these hooks on the bottom. So Reggie, this is like kind of where the safety belt, it wasn't like an actual seat belt, but you had to lock your feet into like these little hooks. So she got her left foot in, but not her right foot. And once the ride starts, it blows up like
the hokey pokey.
I was just gonna do a hokey pokey joke too.
And so when you row, there's like wheels, and you row on like this bounce house thing, and then you see where you're going on the screen. So if only one side rows, you'll see yourself going in a circle, which happened. And we ended up like on land, and the whole thing rocks. The boat rocks as you move. So the boat went this way, and all of her with the paddle go out of the boat, and she like whacked. This is like the wooden paddles. I get whacked in the back of the head because she's behind me, and she can't bring herself back in the ride. By the way, there's a curtain behind this that we never closed, so everybody in line sees what's happening.
Oh my god, that's great.
And then eventually we get hit, and we come back in the ride, and somehow finished. And then we got out, and they like applauded her as she exited the vehicle.
That's perfect.
There you go.
Shout out to Tito Cartagena in the comments. You know, I appreciate the birthday thingy. The slurs. I appreciate those too.
Say whatever.
Are there any rules anymore? Does anyone know?
With what?
With anything?
No, there is no law at this point.
I went to pick up chairs that my neighbor couldn't fit in the backseat of their car in a robe and slippers this morning. And my mom's like, "Are you really going out like that?" And I was like, "Who cares?"
Yeah, who gives a shit?
They're really
I've been rocking nothing but sweatpants, velour sweatpants, and t-shirts.
That's the biggest lie I've heard. Like, you have to dress up like you're going to work. And I was like, no, that's how they win. No.
I'm not Italian at all, and it's the most Guido thing I do, and the most Jersey thing I do, and it's like, but they're so comfortable. The only problem is the pockets aren't deep at all. So whenever I do, I have to wear like a sweatshirt with it. So
Are they women's velour pants?
no, they're men's.
Stina and I are both Italian. You're fine. We
Yeah.
grant you dispensation during these awful times.
War pants, gold chain. I got it.
Gold chain, the St. Anthony medallion, everything. Fucking everything. All right, so that was interrogation. We're gonna take it back to Would You Rathers. Again, birthday edition. Is that cool with you? See, we can do Would You Rathers or Never Have I Evers.
Would you rather?
Would you rathers?
Birthday boy spoke. All right.
Child? Is there a child here?
This?
Would you rather? Actually, Dan.
It's actually me.
Oh, it's a sound effect. Was it really?
All right. Would you rather balance on a tightrope 10 feet high with no net or jump off the side of a rock cliff with a parachute?
Parachute, because I've broken toes falling down the stairs, so I'm not taking that chance.
How high up are we on the wall? You didn't say.
Just a rocky cliff. Like if the parachute doesn't open, you're dead.
Base jumping, basically.
Like Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah.
I'll go with parachute.
I think I might do the tightrope. Well, no, I take that back. I take it back just based on the rocky cliff. I'll probably be okay. The tightrope, I'm definitely falling. There's no
10
chance
feet is
I'm
enough
making
to
it.
do damage.
10 feet is definitely enough.
10 feet is high enough. Like I'm at least gonna be hurt.
You're gonna be hurt, and actually it could be worse than that. I would rather do the kind of the base jumping thing because, like you said, I know I'm gonna fall off the fucking tightrope. I know that's
I'm not making it.
And like, I guess with the parachute, I think the main thing is getting far enough away, which you could whip that too.
Yeah.
But I'll take my chances.
Yeah, I think I'll take my chance with the parachute. Even though I'd be petrified the entire time. But would you rather have unlimited respect or unlimited power?
Respect.
This is a Scarface question.
Is it better to be loved or
You
feared?
get the respect, and then
You first get the money, and then you get the women.
In this country, first you get the sugar, then you get the
See,
power,
like,
then you get the women.
This sounds like
I have no
great
aspirations
waiting to get plucked.
for anything that I'd rather have the respect, because like part of me, like we're all comics, like one of the things keeping me going, and this is gonna sound awful, is all the people that are gonna realize they were never funny and not do comedy anymore after not doing comedy for like a month. But like I'd rather be respected by all you guys than dominate anyone. So I'm gonna go with that. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna go with
No, I was actually thinking about something very similar, which is why I said respect almost immediately.
So you hope that most comics realize that they're not funny and don't come back out, or B, die from coronavirus, or C.
No, definitely A. Because like therapy has helped realize like there's enough opportunities for all of us, but it's really hard to see that when you're like 45 deep in a mic and it's a Tuesday in Brooklyn at 9:30 and you have work tomorrow, and it's just like, are my dreams worth it? Do I want to keep doing this?
The best thing is this is an example is that there's room for all of us, because like Dan's been doing this for the past like 11 days, and it's just like people keep tuning in, and it doesn't matter who's on. Like we're all funny people, so like we don't have to think that. Like, can you think of one funny person that's the only person you follow? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
It's I like Tom Segura, but I'll go watch Chris D'Elia's thing. But then like because they're all friends, they bet each other. I'm like, oh, I'll watch someone that guy thinks is funny.
Yeah. I think I'd go unlimited respect too. Because the unlimited power, I don't want to fucking deal with. I don't want to have to look out for anyone else, to be honest with you. That's a completely selfish reason.
I mean, like, if you have that kind of power, then you're constantly looking over your shoulder, and then you're just gonna like get yourself so upset that you'll probably give yourself a fucking ulcer. So it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking
I
about
agree.
unlimited power too, because it's all relative. Like if you're working at like a restaurant, like your shitty middle manager like has the power, but like that's not real power.
That's not
I mean,
real.
David Petchner and
Yeah, but-
waiting.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, how'd you keep the soup of the day? It's like, go fuck yourself. I'm high. Like, what do you want, man? Like,
Would you rather be locked in a room that's super brightly lit for an entire week, or stay in a room that's almost completely pitch black for an entire week?
Super bright.
Dark.
I like a nice cave dark.
I think I'm going to go super bright myself because I can sleep through anything. So
I,
other than
I-
fucking lawnmowers
I
going
feel the
off.
same way.
I couldn't sleep in a bright room.
Oh, I could do that.
And I feel like sometimes, like whenever I have my blinds like totally shut and my room is pitch black, I never want to get out of bed. I never want to do anything. But if I'm in a room like that, I could sleep through anything. And then when I wake up, I'm like, okay, it's bright as hell in here. Let's do all the things.
Yeah, let's
I feel
do
like I'll
all
be
of the
more
things.
productive.
Would you rather be able to see through walls or be able to do any math equation in your head? Any math equation.
I feel like the math equation thing. Are you guys seeing these memes where there's like 2 shoes plus 2 shoes plus 2 shoes
that's
equals
it.
this?
Yeah.
I would take the math equations because, like, what are you proving with this? Like, we don't care about PEMDAS anymore. No one uses that in real life. Shut up. Like, be quiet. Let's do something else productive with quarantine. So, like, right now, I'd go math equations just because that shit
I
is
go
so
math
annoying.
equations just because I'm going right to Vegas and your boy's counting cards because I'm all about that.
Well, yeah. So,
I
If
think
I
I
could
would
see
also
through
say
walls, I
math
might
because I
be-
was never good at it.
Never good at math. I'm pretty good at math. I just can't do it all in my head like crazy fast. But if I was able to do that like crazy fast in my head, I'd be making some serious bank.
Yeah.
And see through walls, I guess it's kind of cool. But how do I monetize that? It always all of these questions come down to money for me. It's always money.
Oh, you can find a way to monetize that. You can always, tell somebody what's going on, or you can rob your local drug dealer because you know if they're home or not.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
You could. That is a move. That's true.
these are my corners. I'm rewatching The Wire.
And also,
That's a time well
it
spent.
reminds me of my favorite dumb joke, which is in Freddy Got Fingered. X-ray cat can see through wood, like just wood.
Would you rather look fit but be incredibly weak, or look overweight or out of shape but super strong?
The good one can extend in your ear, so I won't be
The second one, because what you're saying with Vegas, I would just make prop bets with people.
Yeah, you'd be like Burgess Meredith in that Twilight Zone episode.
Mr. Dingle the Strong. Yeah, I was just
with Don Rickles. Yeah.
I would be out of weight strong because that's basically a strongman competition right now. Just throwing a keg over a fucking wall.
Yeah, I would just, dude. I would start baiting people into fucking problems. Like I'd be like, okay, like more so than I do now.
Dan, did you see there was a Twilight Zone marathon all day just because like all the shit is hitting the fan and they just did 24 hours of it like 3 weeks ago?
Oh no, I didn't. But I had it on Netflix. I could just keep watching.
Yeah. But I love it when it's online, because like people on Twitter will just have like tweets going.
I thought of you the other day because it popped in my head. Do you remember the one? This is a complete side fact of this entire podcast, but the one where it's like the Cuban overthrowing Cuba.
Yeah, Peter Falk's in it.
Yeah, Peter Falk. I was like, who the fuck was the guy coming in? And it was like, oh, Peter Falk. I remember now, but that's why I didn't bring it up before. But Stina, what would you rather do?
I think I'd be super strong.
Yeah, I mean, granted, if you look incredibly fit, you'd get out of a lot of problems. Like people would be like, I don't want anything to do with any of this, so you wouldn't have to prove anything. But
some strong guys try to like actually challenge other guys who think they're strong.
Yeah, I know. Yes, and you lose. You lose terribly. Oh, this is obviously a female question, which is, would you rather? I'm not going to even. There's no reason. I just want to read you guys the question. It's like, would you rather be able to do the perfect winged eyeliner every time or perfect highlight every time? Stina, you're
Winged eyeliner.
Winged eyeliner. Yep, that's very true.
Sometimes I drink too much caffeine and my hands get shaky, and then I have a
She
wing.
does. I've seen her office. There's just a coffee cup graveyard everywhere.
In 2020, the wing eyeliner is the stronger. You would take that 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Would you rather only be able to write using finger paint or only be able to text while wearing mittens?
I barely text anyway.
Yeah.
So definitely that.
Oh,
I'm mostly on Messenger with you guys.
Yeah. But that counts. You have to do that through mittens.
I think
You
I
just
think it
had
would be
text.
hilarious if you had to finger paint. It's like, hold on, I have to sign this check. Does anybody have any
Yo,
water?
how funny would it be signing your like mortgage in finger paint?
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Bring like an art easel to sign your last will and
Yeah.
testament.
But
Yeah,
it's in like yellow.
or it's like you're trying to get it done in a rush, and it's like, does anybody have the green?
Or sign like, God forbid if any one of us get arrested and you're copying a plea deal and you have to sign it, but you're signing it like, damn. That shit's never gonna make that. You're out on appeal right there. They're like, look at this guy. He's clearly a fucking moron.
I'm going finger painting because that's fun. Texting with mittens is not.
Me too.
Texting with mittens is just not fun.
Would you rather have someone clean for you or someone cook for you?
Clean.
My mom is Sicilian. It's clean.
Clean is the right answer.
I think clean is definitely my answer too. Although I find cleaning relaxing.
I
It
like
fucking moves my
organizing.
head.
I hate cleaning.
Yeah. Well, like you can
like, but I enjoy cooking more than I enjoy cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
plus you can cook like garbage that like you don't want to cook because it's going to be too much to clean up.
Yes. And then they
You just
clean
like-
up your mess after you cook.
You
Yeah.
just got those Oreos in a bowl and like fucking microwave it. It's just like you don't want to clean that shit.
Would you rather find a hidden camera in your toilet or your shower? I'm going toilet. If you really want to,
What's the benefit
you're
of
welcome
that?
to it.
This person's really interested in my butthole. Okay.
Yeah, right.
like,
Dude, someone posted a fucking meme, like, and it was a picture of a peach cut in half with the pit still in it. It was like, this is what my toilet bowl sees every day. And I was like, oh.
my God.
Yeah, look what my mom said.
a shower is such more invasive where like I'd be more concerned, but I'd rather have it happen to a toilet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the toilet, I'd be like,
I'm gonna
I got
go-
Because I
questions.
want to meet that guy. Like, what's your end game?
Yeah.
Fine. Oh, you can order more food. You can get up to $100 if you want. And I was like, well, I already ordered.
No, fuck it. Order dessert.
Okay.
Do what she says. Yeah.
Is there sushi not come yet?
What's that? The sushi? No, because I ordered it like after we started this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't do anything properly, Kevin. You know that at this point.
I do.
Mhm.
Stina, what would you rather? A camera in your toilet or your shower?
Oh, I said toilet.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I will also take the Chuck Berry.
Yeah, the Chuck Berry. There you go. Would you rather die in 20 years with no regrets or at 90 with many regrets?
I feel like this is a fucked up question to ask given the climate, but
As I'm cruising down this 20-year path already, I might just do that.
I feel like 90 because most of my regrets will be about robots, and then I don't really do anything with that.
What about robots? I think you need to clarify this.
The robots that I've wronged or have wronged me.
What robots? What are you talking about?
With like technological advancement, robots are going to become more. It's going to be like if we're talking about Twilight Zone episodes, like Icing the Body Electric, where I have like a robot grandma or something. So
Robot grandma. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I like
That
that.
movie ever
I'm going
comes
90.
out.
Yeah.
what?
I said, if that robot grandma, if that movie ever comes out,
Yeah. It's a great Black Mirror episode. Robot grandma.
I think
Or
I'd
I
rather
Centennial Grandma's
live to
house.
90 and have regrets because I feel like we all have some regrets now and we live with them anyway. So like,
I mean,
whatever,
like
do other
if
things
I make it to
instead.
90 as someone who's Italian, I'm gonna have vendettas against people. So like, I'm gonna have regrets too. So
A lot of scars on your hand from blood that you poured out on. All right. Would
I
you
have regrets
rather?
right now. I have regrets that I keep touching my face. Can't help it.
Well, you're
It's so
indoors and your
hard.
hands are clean. I think
so hard.
it's okay. I got hand sanitizer. I'll rub it on the screen. You'll
Oh,
be
thank
fine.
you. Shove it through the
You're
camera
welcome.
so I can get
You're
some.
welcome. Okay.
Yeah,
Would
I'm
you
gonna
rather
have
be
the
caught, would you rather get
comment,
caught
not
skinny
making
dipping
the
by strangers? Would you rather get caught skinny dipping by strangers or catch your parents skinny dipping?
I'd honestly parents skinny dipping because A, my parents are divorced, and B, my dad's on dialysis. So that would just be a funny image to see because they hate each other.
Yeah.
So them skinny
With
dipping
the
together
dialysis.
would make no sense and be hilarious. So I'm going with that.
I'm going with strangers. I'd rather not know. I'd rather them not know, and we move on with our lives.
Yeah, because like they don't know who you are. But I understand Kevin's motivation. So that's the right answer for you. It's the wrong answer for me though. Strangers.
Oh, I don't know. I would laugh at my parents. I would bring it up every Christmas. I don't know. Like I would have no shame being caught by the strangers, but the shame that my parents would feel would be hilarious to me. I think I'm gonna go catch my parents. Would you rather never have to watch commercials again or never lose the remote control to your TV again?
See, like,
Never have to watch commercials.
if I get home late, like late night commercials are funny. Like they're really entertaining. So I'm going with the remote. Because like I like the experience of like watching commercials, like the whole thing. So I'm going with the remote. Because I have two cats. I'll like lay on the remote and I won't be able to find it for like a day.
Honestly, the only time I watched live anything with commercials is sports. So
yeah, I wouldn't really.
Super Bowl. That's the only time I like to watch them.
Yeah.
No, but I kind of zone out. Like it gives me a time to like look at my phone or whatever.
There's a lot of commercials I actually like, so like I'll watch a commercial because I just zone out.
Would you rather? Oh, I think we did this one before. Would you rather vomit on your idol or have your idol vomit on you?
Hmm.
Congratulations to the bride and groom.
I would say vomit on my idol because they will remember me.
I would have the reverse because they would try to make it up to me.
That's
and
what
I'd
I was
in.
thinking.
That was my logic. That was my logic.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a cool story.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good story either way.
Bruce Springsteen puked on me.
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen puked on me. It'd be worse if like your idol was like Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, Pee Wee Herman vomit on me. Let's go to the next one. Would you rather be forced to live the same day over and over again for a full year or take 3 years off the end of your life?
Do we get to choose what day we relive, or is it just any day?
It's going to be any
I
day.
feel like with the quarantine, I'm living the same day.
Yeah, I'm living the same day every single day.
So I'm going with that. Like I wake up,
me
I eat
too.
breakfast, I walk, I read a book, I hang out with you guys. I play NBA Jam on an emulator for 4 hours. Like I can do that for a year. Like
yeah, and also getting forced to live the same day every day. That's fine. Like because I could still make it different. I could just do different things.
Well, then
It's
you
just the
know
same
that it's on
day.
the same exact day.
No, but it's like a Groundhog Day
He's getting
situation.
pedantic.
You're supposed to live Groundhog Day every day. But I mean, he does different things. Like he memorized all of Jeopardy. He whatever.
Yo, shit. Yo, Kev, my sushi is here now. Guys, I gotta go.
All right. Happy birthday, Reggie.
Woo!
Hey.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Guys.
Stay safe. Say that I'm Rona. If you want to follow Reggie, follow him at RP Comedy on Instagram and Twitter. Give it up for Reggie Parker. Happy birthday.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
All right.
Zoltan.
I haven't had sushi in a while thanks to this. Good. Yeah, I'm actually glad he's gone just because that TV was annoying me in the background.
How many more of these you got, man?
Oh, I got stacks of them, bro. Yeah, we'll probably go to like 9:45 if that's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Dude, I've noticed, I said this last night, but I've noticed that I start getting fucking so annoyed at the most simple things now. Because my bedroom window is faces the street, and every single day someone's landscaping their goddamn yard. Every single day. Someone.
We have the time to do it. We can't do anything else.
My neighbors have dogs outside, and I hear them bark at 3 a.m., and now I hear them bark all day. And let me tell you, which was weirdly hilarious. We just did an episode of Tiger King for our podcast, and we're talking about like the possibilities of animal cruelty and what all these people did. And all you hear is a dog howling and crying in the background because that's what's outside, and we can't control the sound.
Oh, it's the worst. Oh, Tiger King. Don't worry. Okay. Dude, today when I fell asleep while doing the Avengers thing, with the Thanos and the Honda Civic, I was woken up to someone starting the lawnmower, and it honestly sounded like a gunshot. Like I woke up like, oh, what the fuck? Like it was like. Would you rather wear what makes you feel comfortable or wear the best outfit in the room?
If you can believe it, based on the hat I'm wearing, what's comfortable. Like, I'll go to work and my mom's like, that doesn't match, right? And I was like, my job isn't in fashion. Who cares? So, like, that's always been me.
I don't know. I think I'd
get a little vain.
Go what?
I said, this is where I get a little vain. I think I'd probably wear the one that looks the best.
I'm with you, Stina. I'm 100% with you. I think I'd rather, like, as granted, I love, like, but after, like, sitting in what's comfortable right now, I would love to put on a fucking suit somewhere and be like, oh.
Jeans on today.
Wow, look at you. Dude, I wear jeans for literally 15 minutes at a time. Whenever I go to the store, like, I put on a new pair of jeans, and then I go to the store, and as soon as I'm done, I strip down, and they're right in the wash. They're done. So I wear them for literally 15 minutes at a time every 3 days or so. Because I'm taking no chances with that shit. Look at Kevin's closet. It's so not organized. I don't know where Kevin went, but we'll go right back.
Okay.
Would you rather have finger-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers?
Second one.
See, as a woman, it's different because a bra covers it up. You just have to have a conversation before the bra pops up. For me, it'd be really weird all of the time. Either way.
Both of those things would be really weird all of the time for anybody.
Yes. I'll go the first one. I'd rather have finger-sized nipples. All right. Would you rather eat chocolate-flavored shit or shit-flavored chocolate?
No.
I had to pee. I'm sorry.
Okay. Would you rather? Did you hear the question, Kevin?
No.
Would you rather eat chocolate-flavored shit or shit-flavored chocolate? I'm going the shit-flavored chocolate because at least it's chocolate. I don't need to eat fucking
It actually smells and tastes like shit?
Yes.
Oh.
But it's chocolate.
Yeah, okay.
What about you, Kevin?
I'll hold my nose.
I think Kevin paused again.
I think he's frozen in time. Is he on his phone? Oh no, he had his phone in his hand. He's on
he's on a laptop.
Okay.
Welcome back, Kevin.
The Wi-Fi in my house is bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, no
chocolate
problem.
flavored shit or shit flavored chocolate?
Shit flavored chocolate.
Yeah. Because at least it's chocolate, guys. I
Yeah.
gotta be the fucking scat man over here.
Also, do we know, is it like a crunch bar or like a fun size, or how much? What's
I
the
guess
quantity?
let's say it's a crunch bar. We knew it was covered. We knew it was covered. All right, then I'll ask you this, and when Kevin gets back, would you rather? I've asked this question out here before.
Okay.
Would you rather have sex with a hideous, the most disgusting Quasimodo-looking person you could possibly think of, or the most gorgeous person you could possibly think of, but they just died? They've been dead for like 15 minutes.
So they're dead.
They're dead.
No,
they died of like they died of a heart attack. It wasn't like they
the first
died.
one.
The hideous, disgusting.
They're alive.
That's true. Here's Kevin. He's back.
I can't. No, man. There's no way I'm going into
standard is a pulse.
I'm
not gonna lie to you. Let me go on the corpse.
No.
Jesus Christ.
My lowest standard has to be a pulse at least.
I have a pulse.
I have a pulse. Yeah, I gotta say the corpse, man. I don't know. Dead men tell no tales. That's all I gotta say. You know that Quasi is gonna start talking shit about you.
No, he'd deify you though. The person would like love it for, I don't know.
I guess. All right. Would you rather turn bright purple when you're embarrassed, or sweat so much that you soak your clothes?
Probably purple.
I like this one.
Yeah.
They would study me. It would be cool.
Oh yeah, get sexy, Kevin.
Sorry.
Lights off. Let's get it. Let's really get into it. I think I'd go purple too. I fucking love Grimace. I love Grimace, and like and that chick from Willy Wonka.
Violet Beauregard.
Yeah. Would you rather burp before every sentence spoke, or smile no matter after the sentence, no matter what the sentence is? So you could be like, your mom died. Or
your mom died.
Your mom died.
Those are both awful.
I think I'm going the burp.
Well,
I think the burp too.
I know I'm going to go with the smile because there are several types of smiles, and I can have like a sympathetic smile. I can have a sarcastic smile. I can have
it's got to be the same like. It's got to be the same like.
Oh, damn it! I thought
like bright.
No, I'm still gonna go with the smile. Maybe I can brighten people's day with my smile.
Your mom died. The cancer finally got her.
That is just dicey.
Oh.
Would you rather? And I've asked this question out here before. Would you rather start every sentence with "Hey, idiot," or end every sentence with "No, I'm just kidding"?
Like Stina knows, like we deal with a lot of dumbass kids teaching. So I feel like the second week of the class, they would enjoy that so much. It's like, "Hey, idiot, that's a good point." They would be so confused, but then it would become endearing. But then at work, it'd be like, "Hey, idiot, I'm going on lunch." They would be so like, I would probably get fired. So I'm still gonna say that because like the other thing, like your assignments due Friday. I'm just kidding. Like you wouldn't be able to have any credibility. Either way, but like I'm going with the first one.
But I think I'm going from a time standpoint. Is that like, no, I'm just kidding. Like you'll never be able to finish something.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like, can you imagine how long your wedding ceremony will last? Like I do. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, you have to say this legally. I do. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Like but meanwhile, if I said, "Hey, idiot," I do. I feel like
that's funny.
Hey, idiot.
But doesn't that also invalidate it?
What?
I don't know how weddings work.
You just said you love them.
No, I don't like. Does it just have to be "I do," or just say "Hey, idiot, I do"?
Like if you're doing like a court wedding.
Oh,
is
okay.
what I do, yeah. And then they sign the paper after you're done. But all right, this one's messed up. I'll let you know that right now. Would you rather eat your family pet, and by eat them, I mean like jump on them like a lion and eat them raw on the floor, and that's how you kill them too, or never speak to your parents again?
Never speak to my parents again.
Never speak to my parents again.
Mom, I'm sorry. I
going
love
never
you.
speak.
Never speak to my
I
parents.
can't
again.
eat a cat, man.
I don't think I don't think I could eat my dog. That's impossible. But I feel like my parents would understand that.
Also, if I did the first thing, my mom would never want to speak to me again anyway.
True, but this is a gun to your head.
It's a lose-lose situation there.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'd rather never speak to my parents again, especially after all. There's a chance I might never speak to them again anyway after all this. So, would you rather have sex with someone with really bad BO or really bad breath?
Probably breath.
I'm going breath too, because
Breath, yeah.
turn around. I'm going breath. That's easy. Would you rather see your other half in a porn video that looks exactly like you, or your parents?
Again, my dad's on dialysis. That would be funny.
I'd see my other
What was
half.
the
That's
first
fine.
one? I got cut out.
See your exact clone in a porn video,
Oh,
or your parents.
clone.
Nah, I'm going
I'm
parents.
going clone too. I'd rather see clone. That'd be kind of hot, to be honest with you. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Bomb tickle wow wow.
There's a long way to go for that stupid drop.
I admire your dedication.
Thank you very much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Would you rather cheat and be caught, or be cheated on and never be told?
I think the second one already happened to me, so that.
I'm going cheated on, never be told. That's fine.
Yeah. Stina's in a long relationship. This is messing with her mind now. She doesn't. My cats. I'm gonna get a cat. Hold on.
I think I'd rather. Well, like I don't know. I think honesty is important to me. So I guess cheat and be caught, and then the truth is out there, whether I said it or not.
Really?
Yeah. Because then I eventually you might find out, and then how long it happened, how often it happened, like that would be harder for me to swallow. But when the truth gets out there, like I can move on from that point on my own, because I know that I made the mistake. I'm the issue.
Okay. See, that's the better answer than mine. I'm just rather spare my own feelings. Would you rather have a 1 minute conversation with yourself 15 years in the past or 15 years in the future?
Probably in the past, I would tell him to take some business classes in college, get some marketing experience.
See, I'd immediately be like, hey, Bitcoin, buy it.
I think I would go.
I don't even need the
I
rest of
toilet
the
paper now.
I don't need the 55 seconds. Get me out of here.
Say hi. Say hi.
Yeah,
By the way, if the Patriots are in the Super Bowl against anyone but the Giants or the Eagles, bet on the Patriots.
Very true. Well, who knows what's going to happen now that cryboy Brady is gone? Crybaby Brady.
Yeah, well, I'd
Sorry,
make sure I specified
you touched a nerve.
Yeah, I'd specify the Tom Brady era in New England, because, and I'd be like, hey, Google, it's gonna be a thing.
I would also tell myself to bet on Leicester when they won the Premier League, because they were like 5,000 to 1.
Oh, see,
So, like, you have a bunch of hooligans in Leicester, England, who bet like $100, who are like $500,000 richer, and they just blow it all on like their mates at the pub. And I was like, no, you can just live forever off of that.
I don't know about forever, but for a while, you could live.
Depending on how much money, yeah. So,
what about you, Stina? What'd you say?
I said, wait. What did I say? I just forgot what happened. My brain has failed me.
15 minutes in the past or 15 minutes in the future?
Future.
No,
future,
years.
Future. I did say future.
Yeah, 15 years. Sorry, 15 years.
Minutes
Sorry.
is useless.
It
Minutes.
was one. It was a
No.
1 minute conversation. 15 years in the future, right?
1 minute conversation, 15 years in the future, or 15 minutes in the past.
I think I would. I think I would do in the future because I'm like okay with what happened. I don't need to like totally change anything, but like if I need to know like if I should stop eating something because it's gonna make me end up with like a health condition, let me know that stuff so I can fix it now.
Yeah, or even in like, I guess that would be one of those things too. It's like in your long-term relationship, if you found out that like in 5 years he was going to cheat on you and you're going to break up, it was going to be horrible. Would you spend the time now? You know what I mean?
No, yeah, no, I'd be like, listen, I had this conversation. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but we're done.
We're done. We're out of here. Get your shit and get your ass and get the fuck out. Would you rather reincarnate yourself, or would you rather come back as a? You could reincarnate yourself. Would you rather come back as a very poor human being or an animal?
I've always wanted to be a dolphin, so I'm going to be a dolphin.
I
You've
would
always
like to
wanted
come
to be a
back as an
dolphin.
animal, but let me tell you, I never want to come back as a chicken. Do you know that a
Oh, you
chicken
get
lays
to
an egg
choose.
every 28 hours?
Yes.
Yep.
So you gotta no. You get to choose your animal.
What
Okay.
animal would you be?
Yeah. What animal would you be? I'd probably come back as like a tiger.
I was thinking a lion. It's weird. I'm torn between a lion and a turtle.
Turtles live for like 150 years.
Yeah.
I'd come back as a lion. Although, can you imagine if like you were taken down, if you were a fucking lion and you were taken down by a dentist? You'd be like, I can't even explain myself to the lion god. Like just, ugh. I can't even show my face in lion heaven. Would you rather not have sex for a year or have it every day of your life but never orgasm?
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather not have sex for a year. What's the point? Stina?
She's still
I said the first
deliberating.
Oh, you said the first one? Okay.
You did? Oh, okay.
Would you rather be constantly itchy or constantly sticky?
I don't like this.
I hate this.
I know. Me too.
Itchy.
As someone who suffers from like seasonal itch disorder or whatever, like dry skin disorder, in the winter, like it is fucking annoying being like my back is constantly itchy.
Okay. Do we know why we're itchy or sticky? Or is it just a thing that happens?
You're always, just every morning someone drapes you in maple syrup. And
I would
itchy is
enjoy
like, I bet you would.
No, because then every dust particle sticks to you. Oh, that's disgusting. Mm-mm.
I go itchy.
See, I'm going
Itchy.
sticky. I'd be the sticky bandit.
Just roll around in a bank vault. Just
Every day you're stuck on the Port Authority toilet. Just I can't leave. And you're like, someone help. Oh, that'd be the funnest. Would you rather spend your day wearing wet socks or spend a day with popcorn kernel forever stuck in your teeth?
I've already done the second one, so I'm going with popcorn kernel. Because
The
eventually
popcorn
I stopped
kernel,
thinking about it.
The socks,
What?
it annoys you at first, but if you keep walking, like we've all been to like different theme parks where you went on the rapids too early in the day and you keep going throughout the day.
They eventually dry, but I'm still going with the popcorn.
Oh, the popcorn
I'm
is the
gonna go with the
worst.
socks.
Oh, I'm going the socks too.
Yeah.
Let's go Stacks. Would you rather drink 2 liters of piss or 2 liters of sweat?
Sweat.
Sweat.
Sweat too. I'm going sweat. All right. Here's another urine question. To escape freedom, you have to get through an Olympic-sized swimming pool
Escape freedom.
to escape to freedom. To escape freedom, you're running into
important.
North Korea.
Okay.
That is
You
important.
have to get it. You have to get into North Korea. Would you rather get through an Olympic-sized pool full of urine or corpses?
Corpses.
I'm going corpses too, because one of those babies is becoming a raft. Woo! I'm down.
You just jettison
I'm
yourself.
being your mom
Yeah.
in that virtual reality thing.
You take an arm, you take like a rib cage, you just lose yourself.
Yep. Just I got a sail. I'm going in.
Yeah. I don't know. I might have to say urine.
Ew.
They're both gross, Dan.
There's really no winner here.
All right. Would you rather have a 10-inch long belly button that swayed to music or accordions for legs?
Accordions for legs.
Accordions for legs would be hilarious.
I bring music
Yeah,
everywhere.
that'd be hilarious. Like
Because like every time you go outside, you start walking. It's like a Weird Al
well,
song.
yeah, I know. A Weird Al. I'd be walking in like eat it.
Because like people would grow to love it, but the belly button thing, you'd be ostracized because that's weird.
Would you rather always be naked or always have people watch you have sex?
I never have sex, so that one. Duh.
I'm going sex too. They might be able to pick up some pointers.
I'll do
You're
the first
doing it
one.
wrong.
I'll be different. I'll do the first one.
You'd be naked all the time?
Yeah, just to be different, just to switch it up.
Would you rather be just friends with someone you love or marry someone you don't love?
The first one.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good one. I like this one. Would you rather have be born with an elephant trunk or a giraffe's neck?
Giraffe's neck.
I'm going giraffe's neck too. I'll be fucking swinging that shit like around.
That is pretty funny. I'm gonna go with that too, just because watching them fight is really funny.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. What's that one joke that's like when the elephants say to the naked man, it's like, yeah, it's cute, but can you pick up peanuts with it? Or something like,
I think there's another one. Is like, you ever imagine how long it takes a giraffe to throw up?
Just
and then the guys are just like looking at a watch, like
Would you rather never be able to leave the country or leave and never come back?
That's a hard question to answer with like.
I've already been to
everything
Italy.
happening.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm going with the first one because I want to go to like Wyoming and Montana, just because like there's so much
I'd also like to go
space.
to Montana. Actually,
Yeah, there's a lot
kind
of this
lived
country
this.
I haven't seen. I'll agree with that. I think that's a good answer.
For a while, like after I got out of college, I was so broke, so I really couldn't leave the country because I couldn't afford it. So we started doing like cheap road trips for like long weekends around in different states. So I would do that because I've already done it. I mean, I'm not going to drive to Hawaii, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Well, you can.
But I also just don't want to be like an
That's why I said
expat,
I-
like all over. Like it's nice to be able to know I could come home somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Dan, where have you been in the States?
in the States?
Yeah, you said you're about to say something.
Oh, I've been to Cali, I've been to Washington, I've been to DC, I've been to Florida, Atlanta. I've been all up and down the East Coast. I've never been to Maine. I've been to
Maine's pretty
Vermont.
cool.
I've been to like I said, Georgia, been to Chicago, I've been to Vegas, I've been to Arizona. I think that's a bit. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm almost halfway.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to halfway. What's the what other than where you are now? What city? I'll say in America. Could you picture yourself living?
Minneapolis.
Really?
Yeah.
Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach?
Yeah.
I could definitely see myself living in Chicago. Chicago is the dopest city outside of New York. Like even LA, I was like, this is weird.
I want to
Yeah.
go to Chicago. So I haven't been there, so I can't really say anything. But my
Like the
cousin
food
moved out to
alone,
Virginia
I'm like,
Beach and
this
loves
is
it.
bomb. It's so good. It's really fun. It's a really good time.
It's so funny because I met up with a guy like born and raised in Minnesota. He went to college in Iowa, and he went to his 10-year college reunion, and he was in this like towny Iowa bar, and he bought a round for like him and 5 of his friends of like a something that would cost like $6 per beer in New York. It came out to like $7.50 for 6 beers. And like he was tipping the guy like $5, and the bartender was yelling at him because he was like tipping way too much. So like to hear stories like that, like there are so many bizarre.
Oh yeah,
like it was just like,
dude.
like,
When you get
like, when I
outside,
go to a bar in the city, like I'm ready to spend like at least $25 on like 2 or 3 beers. But like,
absolutely, hands down. And
to
you
hear
know,
something like that is so jarring.
and also like when you get outside the tri-state area, like aside from the monetary value, like Chicago is pretty comparable. Like it was pretty much the same.
Okay.
But when you get outside like the tri-state area, and I used to do a bit about this, is like that people are really, really nice.
Oh yeah,
Like they're really nice. That
like
you're
the
like,
whole myth about Minnesota nice. Like
Yeah.
I got off, like I was going to the Mall of America because like you have to go to the Mall of America.
Of course.
And like I'm at the bus stop. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. And someone who works there was like, "Hey man, you're definitely not from here. Just get on this bus. It goes, the last stop's the Mall of America, and you're not gonna miss it." And I was like, "Oh, how'd you know I was gonna go to the Mall of America?" I was like, "Dude, everyone wants to go to the Mall of America." And I was like, okay.
That's like and my bit, but it's actually a true story. Like I was looking for a 7-Eleven, and I was like I was in Georgia, and this woman was like, "Oh, you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, but where's the 7-Eleven? I know it's around here somewhere." She's like, "What you can do? You can go right up here and make this right, and oh hell, just jump in. I'll give you a ride."
That
Like,
really happens.
Yeah, that really happened. Like
Yeah.
that 100%
Yes.
happened. And I was
When-
like, okay.
I remember we did a road trip to Savannah, and it was
That's where I
super
was. I
nice
was in
down there,
Savannah.
and
That's where I was.
okay,
Yeah.
there was this barbecue place that was like on a fake street. I swear to God, it was like this teeny tiny like hole in the wall, and we couldn't find it, like because the street wasn't showing up on Google Maps. Like I don't think it was a legitimate street. And this family of 4 with their dog, they were on an errand, and they stopped running their errand to take their phones and help us find this restaurant, and we begged them not to, because we didn't want to hold them up. And they were like, "No, we're in this together now, and we're gonna figure this out." And I was like, no one has ever said that to me in New Jersey.
Yeah. You know what's so fucked up too? Like the way it is here. Like whenever someone does something so nice like that, like immediately, like I grab my wallet and I'm like, "What's your game, fella? Like, what are you up to?" Maybe I was like, "Oh no, I'm just being a person." But
Yeah. Like you just assume someone has an
I
ulterior
assume someone's
motive.
trying to grift me into something.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm onto your person being. I know what's happening.
Yeah, you piece of garbage. All right, would you? I'll do 4 more of these.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you rather be stranded on an island alone, or be stranded with a person that you hate?
Alone.
Alone.
I'm going to say with the person I hate, because then I can kill them and no one will know.
Also fair.
And I
But
could
what if they try
also
to kill- Does that person also hate you?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think we know who I'm talking about, Kevin.
There are multiple people I'm thinking about.
Okay.
Podcast.
You don't have to. No names. We're not going to say any names, but
Right.
yeah. All right. Would you rather shit yourself once a year in public, or every single day in private?
I feel like the second one you could be prepared.
Yeah.
So I'm going with that one.
The dry cleaning bills would cost more, but I don't
I'll
care.
just get
Shit yourself.
diapers.
What?
I would just wear diapers all the time.
Wearing the depends.
I
Yeah.
could prepare for the once a year. It could be like, hey, March 12th. Oh, it's March 12th. I have to prepare. I'm going to ship.
No, it's not like that. It'd be a random one. So, also like if you did it in private every day, it's whenever you're alone. It could just happen. Like it's never going to happen at 6:12 every night.
What if you're never alone? What if you constantly have people around?
That's like the old argument, like when people say that you die in more people die in their bed than anything else, so you sleep in a recliner. It's like, no,
Exactly.
you're still going to.
Okay. I'm going to say once a year in public.
That's one of them, Kevin. That's one of them.
That's what I was figuring. Okay.
Kevin just texted me his guess, but I'll tell you off air the other one that I would be like.
Air.
Okay.
All right, off air secrets.
Yes. I think I do it every day in private. That's fine. I almost do that every day. Anyway. Oh, would you rather have like a bell go off every time you winked at someone, like every time you saw them you went, or every time you did finger guns it was?
This one.
I don't know. I think the bell is so charming. It's like,
wait, could you repeat? Sorry.
Okay, would you rather every time you did finger guns to someone you were like, and it made that sound, or every time you winked at someone it made this sound?
Finger guns.
This is the first one where I want both.
I know, dude. I think as someone like as a single dude right now, like I feel like if I were married with kids and stuff, I think I'd want the finger gun. But as a single guy winking at someone every time, I'm like, that they're like, oh, my stars.
Yeah, I want the finger guns.
The finger guns? You put up the finger guns, you're like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would just confuse people, though. Whereas, like, if I did the wink, they'd be like, oh my God. The guns, they might be like, what the fuck was that? What about you, Kev?
I'm going finger guns.
Oh, I'm not doing that one. This I'm going to tell you the question, but I don't want to know your answer because would you rather be the recipient of a bukkake party or throw a bukkake party? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
Yeah. Would you rather be a superhero or a wizard? Actually, you know what? I got two more after this instead of one more.
I'm going to say wizard because they're underrated.
Superhero.
What?
Wizard.
Wizard? Ironically enough, the one that tracked all the pricing on superhero comics was a comic book called Wizard. Sweet.
Now you're getting weird.
I know. I think I'm going to go the wizard. Because I figured being a wizard, I could just get more done than Batman ever could.
I was going to say, but it might not be a popular statement, so I'll keep it to myself.
No, please do.
Batman just had a really cool tool belt.
Well, he was smart.
He was very smart, but is intelligence an actual superpower? Right? Because like I tell my students that it's, powerful to be intelligent, but is it like the equivalent of a superpower of like Superman or Wonder Woman?
I think it on somewhat of a level it is, but that's really Lex Luthor. This is the only thing he had going for him.
That's true. But it was at
other than, billions of dollars. What?
It was at like a super.
I'm staying with wizard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm staying wizard. And Kate Hester, happy birthday to Reggie. Wishing him a happy birthday. She's sorry she missed him. I'm going wizard. Still.
I'm still going to be a superhero.
I guess it would depend on the superhero, but I don't think I'm giving that. Okay, so would you rather have a pet dragon or be able to breathe fire?
Breathe fire because I'd be able to control it more. Because there's no guarantee I'd be able to control the dragon and rate it.
Well, that's the thing, though. You can. It's your pet. Like
I'm still going breathe fire.
See,
I'm
I
gonna say the dragon because my esophagus, I'm probably not gonna have one after a while.
Yeah, I have heartburn as it is already. So
it's advanced heartburn.
I'd rather have the dragon just because the dragon could also fly. So like, and can you imagine me showing up at the stress factory with my fucking dragon, bro? You
please.
think people are gonna fuck with me at that point? Like, come on.
Dan, you're going 5th. No, I'm going first.
No, I'm going.
Okay.
Talk to Drogon over here. My publicist. No, he's my agent. No, I'm open for Pete Davidson tonight. Drogon's my manager. He works it out. All right, and this is the final question of the night.
Okay.
Would you rather live in Jurassic Park or Walking Dead?
In college, I taught. There's this program where a bunch of students could teach a bunch of high school kids about anything. So I taught them how to survive the zombie apocalypse. So I would go Walking Dead because the main things you need, blades don't need reloading. So you need a machete as a melee weapon. Tight clothing because if you wear baggy stuff, they're going to grab onto it and get you. And also you need to cut your hair short because if you have like flowing locks, they'll in your close situations, they'll be able to like grab your hair and pull you
So it's
away.
like the NFL to you.
Yeah. So also like hole up in like a Walmart or like a Costco, fortify yourself and you're good to go. So I'm going with that.
I'm something with a pharmacy department.
Yeah.
What
So I'm
about
going
you?
with that.
What about you, Stina?
I feel like I probably have a greater chance of survival against zombies than dinosaurs. So I might have to agree with you.
Yes.
Because if they get me, right, I could just saw off that limb. But if a dinosaur gets me, like their nails are sunken into my, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that limb is already gone.
Yeah. And I'm not the one doing it.
Okay,
but it's
hear me
definitely
out.
difficult.
I'm taking Jurassic Park because if you do get off that island, the rest of your life is normal. It's just confined to that island.
That's
But
true.
you said we
Whereas
had to live
getting
on
on
an
like
island for the
Walking
rest of our
Dead, you're
lives.
never getting away from it.
I understand that, but I'm sticking to my point.
I know we had the option to escape. I thought we had to live there forever.
No, well, Jurassic Park, you're still playing in the rules of the movie because they do escape it. Whereas like Walking Dead, they never really escape it. They just don't die.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I might
So
change my
that's
answer.
my thing.
I
See?
changed my answer.
Oh, you're going to change your answer now
Yeah.
to the winning? I'm kidding.
I'm sticking to it.
And we did it, everybody. We did it. Yeah. I want to thank you both for joining me tonight. Kevin Hall, happy belated birthday to you. And
Thank
you
you.
can find him on Twitter at TheHallway1.
Yep.
And do you have any dates to plug?
Nah, I'm headlining my shower in 2 weeks. Might do a quick 10 in my basement on Monday. I don't know. So,
Dude, that's another thing I secretly love doing is that I do pretty much every spot every open mic I've ever done. I've done double that on my porch by myself.
when I go on my walks, I'll like talk to a tree for a minute, and it was like this.
Yeah,
is
like I'll sit there.
Like,
Dude, those two bushes in front of my house have seen some of the best material I've ever had in my life. Yeah. And Stina Moss, yeah, thank you so much for joining me. 2 girls, 1 TV show. What was it?
2 girls watch TV.
2 girls watch TV.
Podcast is everywhere. 2 Girls Drink Beer is our YouTube channel. If you have beer suggestions, we'd love it. If you have questions about beer, we'd love to do the research and answer them. I'm fascinated by beer, so any research about beer is super fun. Please let us know if there's something that you like about the podcast. Comment. We're dying for feedback to make it better, make it worse, whatever. So we would very much appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us. By the way, while you were talking, Kevin texted me who I would love to be on a deserted island. And he guessed 100% correctly. But thank you both so much for joining us. Oh, that was the wrong button. I will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Hopefully Reggie, the birthday boy, will be joining us, even if only for a little bit. I'm Dan Farley. You can find me at JerseyDan18 on Twitter or Dan Farley18 on Instagram. Thank you so much again, both of you, and good night, folks.
Bye.